How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and I am here, as you could have guessed by the title, with a brand new franchise mode with our Arizona Coyotes here. This is a team that I've never actually done a franchise mode with, I think, in any NHL since I've been, playing franchise modes as just a GM mode. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and the Arizona Coyotes, well, they've been a team that, so many people have just kind of overlooked and, actually kind of laughed at a little bit. No offense, Arizona fans, but yeah, not been great. So let's go ahead and see if we can turn this tide around. Now, I am going to give you guys 3 options. I want you guys to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Right now, the 3 options I want you guys to know are A, do we go ahead and tank, blow it up? I mean, I wouldn't say blow it up and tank, because I don't think there's too many old aging veterans, but you guys know what I mean. We're going to do our best to get a top overall pick as we check out the draft class really quick. Get a guy like Capo Caco or whoever else, Bowen Byram, Philip Broberg, Doc, try and get a top pick for ourselves. That is option A. Option B is to take it as is. Maybe make some moves now, maybe make some moves at the deadline, but really don't do anything too crazy and, kind of go with the flow. That would be the go with the flow option is B. And then C is gun for the playoffs, so we would be trying to get as many good players as we can now. Just going to quickly look at the lines. This is what they are looking like. We would make some moves to make ourselves a playoff contender and try and make a deep push into the playoffs. So I just hit best lines there. That's what it looks like. Personally, I'm not going to vote for C, but if you guys want to vote for C, go ahead and do that. Option A is to tank. Option B is to go with the flow, and option C is to guns ablazing, I guess. So while we're in here, we might as well check out the team. It doesn't look too great. It also doesn't look too bad. If we pick option A, B, those are probably going to be the 2 easiest. Option C may not be great for us, but if you guys want to see it, I'll go for it. If you Yotes fans have waited long enough, I will do my best to go for it. I left injuries on, and I've left morale on, and I've left waivers on. So basically everything's on. I've turned down injuries as well, so we won't have to deal with that as much. But I do like our goaltending tandem. Antti Raanta and Darcy KEMPER. Those 2 guys, I do actually like them quite a bit. Scratchy, we got Nick Cousins, medium top 9, okay, he's 25. Conor GARLAND, medium top 9, he's 22, so we'd rather see him playing over anybody. And then we got MARIAN HOSSA here, who, as you guys know, is not actually playing on the team, and I don't know why he's in here, but he is. He's not on LTIR. There he is. So we're going to have to deal with that and that contract. Hopefully he retires soon. I really don't care what he wants to do because, as long as he's off the team, that's all that matters. I don't think I'm going to trade him because I wouldn't trade him in real life. Nobody else would take just his salary because he's not actually going to play. So he will probably play in the minors for us, seeing as that would not be very realistic if he does, if he plays for us here in the majors. In the minors, though, it's not that big of a deal. He would probably play next to Nick Merkley there instead of Mario Kempe. Kempe is exact, yeah, so he's 29, so he's really not going to be too upset. That's not Elias Pettersson, unfortunately. That is Emil Pettersson. I wish it was Elias Pettersson. But anyway, while I'm talking about that, let's go ahead and talk about some of the really good players that this franchise has and some of the players that I'm going to use as cornerstones, some guys that I really don't think that I'm going to trade away at all. Clayton Keller, probably going to be with us for the entire length of this rebuild. He's got this season and next season on his ELC. Jacob Chychrun is on an expiring ELC, but they do have his extension signed, a 6-year, $4.6 million deal, so I will take that. Especially since he's 20, 81, medium elite, he could turn out to be something really, really good. Paired next to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Now, this is a guy that has been with us for, his entire career? Yeah, his entire career. So, I don't think I'm going to move him. He's got 8 years at 8.25 coming his way after this season, so that'll get him till he's 36. Maybe by the end of that, if we need to move him, we will, if he's no longer putting up points. But he's a guy that I think will, unless demanding a trade, he will probably stay with us. I'm excited to use him as well. Then we got Galchenyuk, who we just recently acquired before the season, where we sent Domi over to Montreal. There we go. Not a bad contract, 2 years, $4.9 million. He's a good player. I really do like him. Maybe I could put him at wing. His faceoff rating is 70 because we have Derek Stepan, who I could go either way on. Derek Stepan with his 3 years at $6.5 million. That's a pretty big cap hit, but then again, he is our best center on the team. I guess Galchenyuk is, but I would like to play Galchenyuk on the wing. In my mind, it's Keller, Galchenyuk, and Stepan. And then we got guys like SCHMALTZ, Here's 22, medium top 6, so he's got good potential. DVORAK here, he's 22, medium top 6, 82, so he's another good guy, another good two-way forward. Probably will play penalty kill time for us. So will SCHMALTZ, because I mean they both have. SCHMALTZ is really good at faceoffs. Actually, I might put him more power play duty to DVORAK than SCHMALTZ. Then we got FISCHER here, Christian FISCHER, 80 overall, medium top 6, 21, so he's also got some potential. There are guys in this organization that could become something, and I'm looking forward to hopefully using these guys. I want to use them. I don't want to stray too far from the plan that Arizona has laid out. But like I was saying earlier in the video here, guys, I am leaning towards A or B. For our options, tanking or just kind of riding it out for the first couple months. I won't be doing any simulating in this video because I want to know how we're going to proceed based on what you guys want us to do. Goaltending wise, I like our two guys, 29, 28, Raanta and KEMPE. We have Calvin Pickard down there in the minors, so I mean, we could even get rid of a guy like Darcy Kuemper, but I do like KEMPE. Pickard is on an expiring deal. I don't think he's going to want to come back unless we play him. He's listed as a backup goalie. Same thing with KEMPE. As far as anything that I like, Kemper's got good poise, so if we do end up making the playoffs, that's something I would like to see. And same thing with Raanta here. He's a good quality goaltender. I mean, I'm fine with everything. Now, go ahead and take a look at our draft picks. We have the pretty much standard. We don't have a fifth, but we do have 2/3. We may end up acquiring more picks. So if we do sell off some guys, do we have anybody really on an expiring deal? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and check that in the contracts. So most of the guys that are potential, our future, aren't really prospects. They're guys that are going to be here and be playing on the team, so we're going to have to monitor how they do end up playing. But we'll go to all expiring. Guys like SCHMALTZ, probably more of a guy like Panik would be really one of the only guys that makes sense as a rental. He could be our own rental if we decide to keep him, but SCHMALTZ here, most likely going to extend him. Right now he's looking at 4 years at $4 million about for what he wants, which is not bad, especially for a middle six center, because centers do get paid very well. But I forgot to address the defensemen. I mean, if we look at it, we got Oliver Ekman-Larsson, but then we got Hjalmarsson, who's not bad. He's certainly decent. Demers is okay. Alex Goligoski, I really don't want that contract around, so if we do end up tanking, he's somebody I would probably sell off. Same thing with Demers and maybe even Hjalmarsson, and we'd play... I don't know if I would like to play Chychrun on... he's a top 4 defenseman, so we could play him in the middle pairing, and that it wouldn't offend him too much. He wouldn't be too excited about it, but he wouldn't be upset. So that's a good thing, because I did leave Morale on, so we do have to manage that. That's one of the things that I have to keep in mind. Osterley, yeah, he's our 6th defenseman right now, 78. Let's go, if we go in the system, we got Connaughton, Lyubushkin, Capobianco, I think. He's young, maybe could be a 3rd pairing guy for us, but really, defense is where I want to focus our talents, because if we look at our forwards, just go ahead and take a look at forwards. If we just sort by potential, we got Galchenyuk and Keller, who are still young enough that they're going to grow. SCHMALTZ, DVORAK, FISCHER are definitely going to grow. I mean, obviously Keller's going to grow. He's an 84. He's one of the elite talents that I'm really going to look to put up a lot of points for us. Galchenyuk, like I said, 84, he's still young enough where he does have some time to grow. Maybe we could see him get into the 86, 87 range if he has a really good year, so put him on that first line. Then we got high top 9 Hinostroza after that. So there does seem to be, like I said, some talent, but those guys are the contributors right now. We're going to have to replenish this pipeline with some really good talent if we are going to build up and become something good. It's also not that terrible of a destination. We currently have $16 million in cap space, $17 million next year, and as I showed you guys, we really don't have anybody expiring. We have, let's see here, yeah, $17 million, 17.9. If we sign SCHMALTZ for 4, that gives us about $13 million. Obviously, we would probably sign, I shouldn't say obviously, we might sign a guy like Krause, depending on how he does. He's a 4th line forward. He'll probably, I think he is playing for us. Cousins, I think I'll play Nick Cousins over MARIAN HOSSA. I might just scratch MARIAN HOSSA because I don't want him playing. I want him to retire, and I want him to get out of here as soon as possible so we don't have to deal with his cap hit, which is disappointing. I maybe should have just deleted him from the roster beforehand, just made him like a free agent or something so somebody could sign him, but we're going to have to deal with that cap hit because he's technically, his rights are in Arizona, so I guess they LTIR'd him, but, you know, we'll just deal with that. We'll go with it as as we have to. But yeah, the only guy that we really have to re-sign is SCHMALTZ. Goalie-wise, I'm fine with Antti Raanta on that contract for a few years, see how he goes. He's certainly not going to, hinder us. So I'm kind of excited to see how this team does in the first few months. We'll see what you guys want me to do. But, we can go ahead and check out some maybe trade block guys right now. Not draft picks, but skaters matching the block. Guys like Sam Steele, like that would not be a bad guy to go get if we do end up wanting to retool or tank. We got Sprong here, 78, 21. He's a medium top 6 forward. He would play in the NHL for us. That's 100% certain. But, that's another guy right there. Boston, we can go through all of these teams like Vakanainen. Another young defenseman, 1973, could be something. Could be a guy that I look to go after anyway. He's a two-way defender, this and that. Buffalo has Lawrence Pilot, nobody really else that I want. Definitely not taking on Matt Molson. Oliver Kylington, 21 at 75. So Boston's Vakanainen at 73 at 19, 75 at 21. So we'll see. I'm not going to bother going through all of the teams right now. As you guys can see, my mindset is we probably want to get some young defensive assets because, well, the guys we have right now are on bloated contracts, I would say. I don't know if I want to call them bloated, but I don't like their contracts. I just don't. Jarmelson, fine. He goes up to $5 million. He's an 84, but, he'll be signed until he's 33, 34, which is not terrible, and then we can let him walk or we can trade him towards the end of that. Demers, also a guy that's a pretty good cap hit. I'm not going to lie. 82 overall. He's listed as a top 4 defenseman. I do like the way he simulates. Although all these guys do have a decent amount of trade value. Goligoski here, this contract needs to go, in my opinion, regardless of what option we're going for. But definitely needs some more defensive depth. Forwards, probably, I would say depth is the issue. Depth and, wait for Galchenyuk and Keller and some of these guys to grow into first-line forwards. We probably need one more first-line forward, so that's what I'm really shooting for, is get somebody, maybe a medium elite in the draft or sign somebody in free agency, because I can go ahead and show the pending free agents. This is obviously going to change throughout the year. Erik Karlsson, could be kind of fun to see Erik Karlsson and Ekman Larsson play next to each other. Let's go with UFAs. Artemi Panarin does want out. Probably not going to come here to Arizona, though. Let's just be real. Mark Stone, if I could get a guy like Mark Stone, I would. He would add to that. I'd probably want him in free agency and less so in a trade. Matt Duchene's another guy. He would be a first-line center. He is a center. 85 faceoffs makes him really dangerous and good for us and very solid. Wayne Simmons could be a guy that if we want to make the playoffs next year or we made the playoffs and want to go deeper. Jeff Skinner here, that's a scoring left winger. I know that in game he usually does simulate pretty well. He does about 25 to 30 some goals when he does simulate. So maybe putting him next to Keller and, Galchenyuk, he could do very well. Gustav Nyquist is another guy we could look at. There's a bunch of guys, though, in free agency that would help us shore up depth this upcoming year. Probably not for this current season. They would help us shore up depth, but wouldn't really do too much for us at this current moment. But guys, like I said, leave A, B, or C. I want to hear your thoughts and why and just what. Just give me your guys' ideas. If you guys have anybody that I should go after, I'll do my best to go after it. I am going to try and keep this one semi-realistic, which is why I kept waivers on. So I'm going to try and put as many pieces that both teams want to give up and want on the when I do make trades. Kind of think it through when it comes to free agent signings and hopefully build a Stanley Cup contender here in Arizona. So guys, A for the tank, B for the go with the flow, or C, guns a-blazing. You guys let me know what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.